The way that we picked the roommates, they were not able to choose their own roommates. I put those together, and I purposely put kids together from different schools and from different conferences so that they had to be with somebody that we knew that they weren't going to know very well, at least not very well at the beginning of the week. And we also told them that when they do the introductions here, we had a questionnaire in their folder, and they were supposed to fill it out, and your favorite this, or your favorite that, and so we told them that they're going to have to come up here and not just introduce their roommate, but say a few things about them. So hopefully they'll do a good job of that. I think we even see some guys with some notes and things, so that's good. The head coach for the West in his third year here at the All-Star Game, Andy Crouch from Lakeland and Humboldt.
I'd just like to welcome everyone here. Thank Todd for putting on this wonderful event. It's been a great week. I feel pretty fortunate to be able to work with Todd and these coaches and these young men. It's been a great week. This entire week is pretty special. It gives everybody a chance to represent their school one more time, put on the helmet and pads one more time, and end their football playing days, at least high school, on a positive note. My guess is a lot of these guys on both teams probably left the field last fall with tears in their eyes and moms giving them hugs, and probably a difficult way to end their career. Most kids do that, and this game is going to give them a chance to kind of change the way that ended. It gives them a chance to meet new friends. It's funny, each year we do this, the first day, all the kids from their school hang out together, because the other kids have cootie bugs or whatever. They don't like them, and then by the end of the week they're all hanging out and they've made friends. And, just the kids that we've had from Lakeland over the years have maintained a lot of friendships that they've got acquired at this game, and I think this group is no different. So tomorrow, when these guys play that game, they're going to get a chance to walk off the field with a lot of great memories, a lot of new friends, and I think those tears that they had in the fall are going to be replaced by smiles. And it's going to be a pretty special day for these guys to wrap up their high school career, and I'm pretty honored to be a part of this. So with that, I'd like to introduce one of our assistant coaches. He works with me. He's kind of the brains behind our show, Jamie Koskla.
All right, this is probably about the 10th time I've followed Andy as far as making speeches, and every time it seems like I have to lift the microphone up about a foot. Can't really figure out why. To be perfectly honest with you, on my list of things to do before I die, making a speech to a couple hundred people wasn't at the top of the list. So if this turns into some kind of rambling soliloquy of nothingness, all right, how many people actually know what a soliloquy is? Anyway, this is a pretty good group of kids to work with. This is my second time doing this, and every time I'm amazed at how good the other coaches are that I get to work with. I realize that with my passion and enthusiasm and loudness, I probably showed up Mr. Body. I seem to be much more high energy than he is. But I just want to thank Todd and his wife and his company, because they do so much for this game. They're not being paid for it. And the effort that they put in to put this on is tremendous. To the West players, good group of kids. It was a lot of fun working with them. And to the coaches, thanks for having me. And without further ado, I will introduce Mr. Scott Body.
I think I do know what a soliloquy is now. I'm honored to be here, and I want to thank Todd and his staff. One thing that says this is my third year that I've been fortunate enough to do this in a row, and it's a great week. It's a lot of fun, and the best part about it is meeting new kids, meeting some old friends. The football brings people together. some of the coaches we compete against, but schools I've been at and great friends and that kind of thing. I want to thank all your parents for coming. I saw a few of you. Your kids are obviously all-stars, but it's really cool to see them in a different light, and it's a lot of fun to have them on our team instead of somebody else's team. With that in mind, I'm going to introduce Mr. Mike Ojala. He is from Calumet, Michigan.
Thank you, Coach Boddy, and I would like to thank Todd and everything that he has done over this week, and of course Coach Crouch for giving me the opportunity to do this and be involved with this week, because it's been a blast. I think for me the best thing about the week was seeing these kids that were such rivals during the fall, looking at the Crystal Falls and Lake Linden kids, and how much that they go at each other during the course of a football season, and Iron Mountain and Kingsford, and our Calumet kids in West Iron. And to have those guys come together and work the way they did this week to become a team was pretty special for me, and I really enjoyed it and enjoyed getting to know all these guys as well. So I wish everybody good luck tomorrow, and I would like to introduce the head coach at Lawrence High School, Mark Leaf.
I just want to say I'm honored and thrilled to be here, to be with the best players, best coaches in the UP. It's been a great week. Nice to get to work with some different players, different coaches. And I'd like to thank Todd also for all his work in selecting us for this, and Andy for putting me on his staff. And next coach I'd like to introduce is John Crows. He's the Calumet head coach.
When Todd first put this together, I didn't realize how as big of a celebration of UP football this was until I participated in it last year, and after last year I just couldn't wait to get back and do it again. The best part about the whole thing is you see these kids perform in other schools and really only know them from their performance on the football field, basketball, hockey, track. And when you come here and then start to get to know them and see their personalities, and you find out that not only are they great athletes, but they're great people and great gentlemen. And really looking forward to continuing this friendship. I think that's what football is really all about, is friendships that you build. You keep in touch with the guys you played high school ball with. As a football coach, all these guys I've been coaching with on the west side are great friends and have been great friends for a long time, and that's part of the reason why we come down and spend the week here, is to spend time with kids and spend time with your friends and forge new friendships. And I hope the kids here understand that, and I really think they do, because it's amazing to see how close they are now compared to where we were on Monday. The next person I'd like to introduce is Brad Gravold, who is the head football coach at Norway.
Thanks, Rosie. Usually I speak last at the athletic banquets, so I'm going to take all their time that they didn't use. We'll be here for about 30 minutes. I appreciate being able to coach in this game. I love coaching. It's my 21st year, and to have this UP game is a tribute not only to the entire UP, but Todd, it's something special that you're able to put this on. And go back and thank your players from both the West and the East. Thank your communities for helping support this, because to be able to bring it back and for 90% of you to have your last game on this field is a really good thing. I enjoyed coaching your sons. Thank you for giving them to us for another week. And the DBs were a very nice group of kids. Gentlemen, solid students, and I appreciated coaching every one of you. Now, this guy, I coached with his dad over in Ironwood, Roy Avenen. I see you sitting in the back, Pete, and he's a heck of a player. Takes after his dad. So, thank you.
My roommate was Jason Whitens. He was from North Central High School. He's a wide receiver, and he also played linebacker. He graduated at the top of his class, or he was second in his class. He plans on going to Central to take up marketing. And that's about all I got to say.
At first, when I found out that we were gonna have roommates from other schools that we didn't know at first, I thought that was kind of an interesting concept, and I'm really glad that Todd went through with that because I had a lot of fun getting to know Roy. He's a pretty fun guy. He's pretty quiet, but when he does talk, it's pretty funny. He was a senior at Ironwood this year, and he played nose tackle and right guard for his varsity team. He played for 4 years in football and track. He pole vaulted in track, and I guess he was pretty good, or at least he told me that. He likes to hunt and snowmobile and go four-wheeling, and he plans to go to Michigan Tech for mechanical engineering. I'd like to say it. He's a very interesting character, and I'm glad I met him.
My roommate was Ben Stever. I graduated from Calumet, and he's planning on going to Michigan Tech in the fall for mechanical training. He's really loud, actually, and I don't know. I've known him for a long time. I went to school with him when I was younger, and just a good guy.
My roommate is Eric Renish. We went to school back in, what was it, 7th grade? Up to 7th grade, and then he moved away. Haven't seen him for a while, actually, so it's kind of nice to see him. I guess Todd kind of screwed up when he said, we don't know each other. Whatever, but it worked out, and he's going to Northern for athletic training, yeah. Something I didn't know, but turned into a good football player and had fun with him.
I'm also going to say that I was really happy about the room situation because I came up here with four other Kingsford people, and I'm really glad that I got to meet someone that I didn't know before this, and it's a really good opportunity to meet Nick Toon. He's from Stevenson. He plays defensive end. Unfortunately, he tore his ACL before the playoffs and wasn't able to play, but he really enjoyed football and is one of his passions throughout high school. He plans on going to college for sports science after, so wish him luck at that, and he likes the Packers, so I like him for that. So.
My roommate's Justin Whipple from Kingsford. He's a running back. He's a Packer fan, and most of us, he's an ex-Far fan. He's a good guy. He always jumps in and everything first. I'm really nervous right now. He just wanted to hop in front and get it done with. He's going to Wisconsin Lutheran. That's in Milwaukee for sports medicine, and that's about it.
My roommate was Matt Velmer. He went to Bessemer. Oh, Baraga. Sorry. He went to Baraga. He went to Baraga. I actually got one of his stickers on the side of my helmet, so that's pretty cool. He's going into the Army. He's going to drive tanks there. He's really sacrificing a lot to serve this country, and one of his passions is football, and I'm very happy I get to spend a week with him for that.
My roommate for this week was Joel Heimro. I walked in and he's wearing a cowboy hat. I was like, go to first practice, and then we started calling him Cowboy. Well, got to know him better. He's a very, very good guy, very friendly. His plans for the future are to go to NTU for chemical engineering and to also play football there. Little known fact about him, he performed in a play called South Pacific a couple weeks before this game.
Hi, my roommate is Nels Anderson from Calumet. and he's a Packer fan. I'm a Viking fan, so. But he's a hard hitter. He plays the game with a lot of heart, and he's going to Michigan Tech for business in the fall. And one thing about Nels I've learned is that he doesn't like to get up in the morning. The alarm goes off for about a half hour. And one time he told me to wake him up if he slept past 8:30. And I had to call his name, I had to yell his name, I even had to shake his pillow, then he finally got up. But he got up, and now we're excited to play the game tomorrow.
My roommate is Josh Aberly from Forest Park. Nickname is Abes. He said that his best football moment was playing on Ford Field for the state finals. He said he's really enjoying it here and can't wait for the game on Saturday. He already said that his favorite team is the Vikings. He likes to hunt, fish, play guitar. He brought a guitar, but I never heard him play it yet. He likes to ride a motorcycle. And his plans after high school are to go to McNally Smith College of Music in St. Paul, Minnesota. That's it. Alright, this is my roommate, Brandon Sunblad. He's from Lake Linden. He plays linebacker, so probably hit pretty hard. He's going to Northern next year for criminal justice. And if you want to see, he's got a pretty gnarly bruise on his arm from this week, so.
My roommate's Paul Angeli from West Iron. He's quarterback. He's going to Central in the fall for our environmental science. And thank God he's a Packer fan.
My roommate is Travis Ambuel. He moved to Lake Linden when he was 6 years old. His favorite team is Notre Dame. He's going to St. Scholastica to play wide receiver, and he wants to get his degree in psychology and then become a cop. And every night he tells me to wake him up for breakfast, and he hasn't made it there yet.
My roommate was Brian Hewitt. He went to Norway High School. Next year, he plans on going to Central for something in the medical field. He doesn't know yet what it will be. And I'm just looking forward to playing with him come Saturday.
My roommate was John Doobie from Lake Linden. He's an offensive lineman. I'm glad I got to meet him because he's a cool dude. It's kind of scary because he's like 10 times bigger than me. Don't look at me like that. Next year he's going to Michigan Tech for I don't know what. And one thing I learned about him is he likes to snore. Like loud.
My roommate is Dennis Anderson from Lawrence High School. He's a cool guy. It's been fun this week, even though I haven't talked to him that much, only at night when we were about to go to bed, but you know, he's still cool. And he's gonna go, or after this, he's gonna go into the Air Force for intelligence. And yeah, he's a defensive back in this game, and you know, he's really good. And coaches have a nickname for him. They call him Mongoose. So pretty good.
My roommate is Nate Steros, and he's a quarterback from Calumet. And pretty glad I got to room with him. He's a pretty cool guy. He kind of scared us there in the beginning. He hurt his ribs, but yeah. And he's going to Tech to be into business. So give him good luck on that. And little known fact is he's got a camp down my road, down at Kearney Lake, so he's got to drive by my house to go to his camp. Never met each other before, so might stop by sometime.
My roommate is this guy, Ben Carr from Kingsford. He's played DN there. Real interesting guy, actually. When I first met him, I didn't know how it'd go, but then started talking, and he raises pigs. He works at a foundry. After this, he's going down to Florida for underwater welding, and thought that was pretty interesting. Learned a lot about that, and it's just been a fun week with him.
My roommate is Kelly Shanahan. He's from Baraga. I was kind of nervous when I first had to meet him because I didn't really know anything about him, but he's a real cool kid, really nice, and he was a salutatorian for his graduating class and 3-sport athlete in football, basketball, and track, and he is going to go to Michigan Tech to be a mechanical engineer. And yeah, we're both Lions fans, right?
My roommate was Blake Franti, and he's from Calumet. He plays offensive guard for us in the game here, and I was pretty intimidated too when I first met him. He's pretty big, but he's a good guy. I'm glad that I got to know him. I'm glad that I got to room with him, and I'm a Packer fan, by the way.
My roommate is Lance Johnson from Stevenson. College he's attending is Maranatha for business management, and his best football memory is winning district title on Bark River Field.
Come on.
And he likes to jet ski, and he likes weightlifting, and I had a good time meeting him.
My roommate is Mike Schmellis from Ontonagon. He's going to Michigan Tech for mechanical engineering next year. He's also going to play football. And at first when I looked at him, I was like, wow, he's playing for Michigan Tech. I don't really know how. Wow, did I get a wake-up call on Wednesday when we did the skills challenge. He ran a 4.5. He's the fastest kid here, and he's a really good kid. I've had a lot of fun getting to meet him and his friend Cody from Ontonagon. His best football memory was beating Ewan Trail Creek 64-6. So it's awesome here.
My roommate was Mike Miller. We actually knew each other since middle school, playing sports against each other. He's from North Dickinson, I'm from Forest Park, and it's kind of a big rivalry. But he's played basketball, football, track, baseball. He got invited here to be a running back, but unfortunately he broke his ankle 2 days before track finals, and he can't play tomorrow. But he is attending Finlandia University in the fall to play basketball.
My roommate was Tim Martin. He goes to Forest Park, and like he said, we've been playing sports against each other for a long time. He's going to Bay, and he's undecided on what he's doing. So he plays defensive tackle on the line. He's a really good kid. That's about it.
My roommate for this week was Parker Miller from Lawrence High School, where he played linebacker and fullback. He's here playing fullback for us this week, and in the fall he plans to go play defensive back for the Fair State Bulldogs and study criminal justice.
My roommate for this week was Winston Larson. He attended Kingsford High School. He was an all-state linebacker and he played fullback. In practice, he kind of scares me when I have to go up against him, but it's football, so we put that behind us. But he's a good kid, and he's going to Central Michigan
to study finance.
My roommate was Jacob Harris from Stevenson. He's a pencil neck, according to Coach Body. That means he's a wideout. I'm not sure where it came from. He's going to Maranatha, right? Maranatha. He's going to play basketball there. Apparently he's got some pretty strange friends back home. About the past 2 nights, I've had somebody call at 4:30 in the morning with his phone on as loud as it can go, and he's lucky his phone's still in one piece.
Hello. My roommate was Cody Doan from Ontonagon. He's a linebacker. Well, an interesting fact about him, he told me he had a birthmark that looks like Hawaii. I asked him about it and he wouldn't show me. So I'm guessing I don't want to know where it is. Anyways, he's going to Lake Superior State in the fall, and he's going to be studying exercise science.
My roommate was Justin Fila from Norway. He graduated at the top of his class, and he's very athletic. He's playing full running back for us, very quick. He played football, basketball, and track. And this coming up fall, he's planning on attending Michigan State.
My roommate is Andy Johnson from Hancock. When he was young, he went to Calumet, which is why when he came here, he hung out with all the Calumet kids. He likes hunting and fishing like every single other kid I met here, except Brady. He played quarterback and defensive back on his team. He's here for defensive back. And he played football, basketball, and he just joined a slow pitch softball team. I thought that was pretty interesting. And he knows how to make pasties, so I might call him up after we're done this week.
My roommate was Davey Sproul from Houghton. He's going to be playing defensive back for us. He also played hockey and he plays golf. And he's going to be attending Michigan Tech for exercise science and biology in the fall. Yeah.
This is my roommate, Jake Killian. He's a pretty big guy. He's from Lake Linden. He was on their offensive line, had a pretty good team there. He's going to join the Air Force in the fall. He grew up on a farm, and they have pretty much every animal you can think of on it. And he likes his spaghetti. That's about it.
My roommate for this week was Brandon Voss. He is an offensive tackle from West Iron. When he first walked into the room, I was laying in my bed and he walked in and he has a mohawk, and I wasn't really sure what to think about that, but he turns out he's a nice kid, very quiet. But when he gets to the football field, he can bring the heat. He hits pretty hard. But I like getting to know him, and I look forward to the friendship.
My roommate was Dylan Teagenstall. He's a wide receiver. He went to Kingsford High School. What can I say about him? He can be there sometimes and he can't. Great wide receiver. Great kid. Great to know him. Best of friends. And that's about it.
Alright, my roommate this week was Kevin Lassinen. He went to Calumet, where he played center and D-tackle. Interesting fact, he never played in the Dome, and he'll be attending Finlandia for criminal justice.
this week was Andrew Carpenter. He went to Kingsford High School, where he was fullback and the end. He plans on attending Northern after high school, where he'll play football and study industry tech. His favorite team is the Packers. I'm a Lions fan. And he likes hunting, fishing, and hanging out with his girlfriend.
My roommate this week was Tony Amicangelo. He's got a pretty sweet last name, I must admit. It was nice getting to know him over the week. He's a pretty good guy. He'll be attending Michigan Tech for pre-med. And his favorite football moment was beating Kingsford 2 years in a row, so big props to that.
My roommate this week was Bo Du Bois from West Iron County. He is planning to go to Northern Michigan next year for conservation. I knew Bo since 9th grade, if that makes any sense, from football, but I know he's a very affable person, and I'm glad I got to meet him this week.
My roommate was Brady Gravold. He's from Norway High School. He's going to Northern Michigan, studying secondary education, and he's going to be playing football there too. And unfortunately, he's a Vikings fan.
My roommate was Josh Seiler from Crystal Falls Forest Park. He played running back and defensive back there. He'll be going to Michigan Tech in the fall to study environmental engineering and to play football. One fact about him is he may be the only person in the state of Michigan to ever have started on 4 state final teams. He's also the youngest member of his grade at Crystal Falls to start growing a beard in 3rd grade.
My roommate was Christian Valenciano. What I've learned about Christian is that he's a hard worker. I get the chance to block him during practice, and he works very hard. Interesting fact about Christian is that he has never lost in the Dome. So I give him props for that because I've never won in the Dome. Christian is a very nice kid. I think at first when he saw me in the dorm room, he was a little intimidated by me, but I think he's come to realize that I'm a pretty nice guy.
My roommate was Andrew Hartwig, better known around here as Big Nasty. His best football memory was also beating Kingsford 2 years, both varsity years. He enjoys getting to know the people up here, and I have to say that he is low to go against him on the line. So.
My roommate was Dan Renner, and when I came in, some people knew people in there, other people didn't. I really had no idea who he was, so I walked in and I'm like, I'll pop the $1 million question on him. Is he a Packers fan? Well, he said yeah, and I was like, all right, we can be friends now. We got to talking, and we played against each other a little bit during the season. He's from Forest Park, I'm from ND, so it's a little bit of rivalry, but it was fun playing against him and everyone else from different schools. Everyone turned out to be a pretty good guy. He's going to go to Finlandia, and he's going to play basketball there, and he's going to study criminal justice, and also he might be an athletic trainer. He's still undecided on that, but I'll let him take a stand.
My roommate was John Mashik. He's from ND, played against him 4 years. He's going to Michigan Tech to be a mechanical engineer. The best football moment he had is getting the. Does anybody else hate public speaking? Going for the winning tackle against Pickford in triple overtime. And I got to know him. He's a pretty good guy. Last night we actually stayed up till 4:30 talking, trying to get this through. And yeah, there we go.
Great job, guys. Those are your West UP All-Stars.
For the East UP All-Stars, the head coach for the East Side is Todd Kangas from Maslowski in his second year with the All-Star game.
Thank you for having me. I'm a little nervous for our East guys because we did try this player introduction thing during the course of the week. And it was kind of a train wreck with some of the comments that the guys made about each other. So I hope they keep it G or PG rated as they make their comments up here. Also, I see all these West guys were pulling pieces of paper out of their pockets, and I'm sure our guys were wondering, what the heck, where do those papers come from? I would be surprised if they have any of that kind of stuff. And I don't think one of our guys will probably use the word affable either, because that might be out of their range. But anyways, I would like to thank Todd and his wife. It's been a great week. I've been involved with this All-Star game in one form or another for all 3 years, and Todd has done a tremendous job and always puts on a first-rate show for everybody here. I know from the charities that he gives money to everybody else, you know, those things are all noticeable, but I see some of the other things, and the coaches and players see some of the other things that he and his wife do for them just during the week. You know, we could be sitting in the TV room watching, and his wife comes in and brings in some snacks, or brings in a case of water, or there's some Gatorade. I think on Tuesday or Wednesday night, they both had a dozen pizzas they were going through and looking for guys just to give some pizzas to in the evening so that they could eat and watch TV and socialize together. Those moments mean as much as anything, because it really shows the quality of people that they are. I would also like to thank our players. It's been a tremendous week. I think that we've gotten a great chance to know one another. It's nice to have guys on our team that maybe we've been playing against for 4 years that have driven us crazy trying to game plan against. It's nice to have those guys on your team and instead of against you all the time. I think we tried to get to know each and every one of them. At least that's one of the things that I enjoyed the most of the week is those moments in the evening or between practice when one or two guys are sitting there and you get a chance to sit down and talk to them and find out what their future plans are, what they like to do, where they're going to school, if they're going in the service. Those few moments really meant a lot to me. I hope it means a lot to them. We certainly appreciate all the things that they've done. We've also got a great opportunity to learn a little bit about each and every player. We've learned who the quiet ones are, and honestly, there were a lot of quiet ones. We learned the ones that don't shut up, like McFarland, I think. He's one of them. You know? He starts talking, and then pretty soon nobody else can get a word in. We found out guys with great character in their work ethic, and we found out who the characters are, Puckett, right? You know, so we found out a little bit of all this from each and every one of them. I also want to thank Northern for their great hospitality. It's been a great week with those guys, with all the meals. I have to get home tomorrow before I eat myself out of all my clothes. I think I put on about 10 or 15 pounds. I'd like to thank my coaches here. We're going to get a chance to meet each and every one of them, but except for my assistant at Manistee, Ed, this was the first time that I think I've met the other four guys, and it was great getting to know people that you have never met before, talking a little bit of football, finding out a little bit about their personal life, how they handle things. Those are all great situations. And my last thank you goes to the West coaches. I really want to thank you guys for being such crappy golfers and letting us win again this year. Okay, that meant a lot. Thank you very much. So I'm going to introduce my assistant of 15 years, a good friend of mine, has been with me a long time, Ed Marietti.
Like Coach said, it's been a fun week, enjoyable. I know last year I was a little hesitant about spending the whole week up here, but after that, this year I was looking forward to it big time. Also thanks to Todd and his company for everything that they do. The first day, I mean, I'm working with the offensive backs and quarterbacks, and basically I told them evens to the right, odds to the left. So Got a few suggestions. Coach, we go 1 through 9. Yeah. Evens to the right, odds to the left. Coach, our fullback is a 3 and our halfback's a 2. Yeah. Evens to the right, odds to the left. I think by Wednesday they finally got the general idea. But it's been enjoyable and they're a great group of guys. Up next is the Bark River Harris head coach, Joe Dorwine.
Thanks, Ed. I got the pleasure of sitting down with Todd and his wife for about an hour, and what they do to put this program on is unbelievable. The best respect, I mean, if we can get this out to the community to bring all these schools together and just have a heck of a time. I got to know a lot of personalities with these kids. I get emotional on this stuff because I love this game and the kids and the players. It's everybody. It just gets. I really love this game, and it's tough. It is tough, and I just the kids. We had some fun Wednesday night. The kids came into a sitting group with us coaches, and we were able to talk about past games. What if, and all this stuff. And it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good laughter. We thought, oh, it'd be a good night to go to bed about 10 o'clock. Well, 12:30, we're sitting there still laughing in a corner, and I really enjoyed these guys. And I would do everything for you. All right. My assistant is my defensive coordinator, Don Ives.
I'm not going to get as emotional as him, and I'm not going to be as long as him. That happens. He usually gives us about 5 minutes each practice during the season on defense, so I'll be short here. Again, it was a great week. We had that time with Todd and his wife. Each one of these kids during the week, during the practice, outside of practice, it was fun. We enjoyed that, enjoyed the week. And so had a lot of time to talk with Coach Rader, who I'm going to introduce. We've had some good matchups over the years and look forward to not only him, but maybe some of the other guys as they further their careers. So Coach Rader from Pickford, head coach.
Where's the Lions fan over here? Where were you at? Go ahead, raise your hand, don't be shy. You stay strong, right? I'm with you. It's hard being over here with all these Packer fans. It's not easy, I know. You got to be strong to be a Lions fan, so I got a lot of respect for you. It's been a great week. It's hard to explain all that goes into it, but Todd's done a wonderful job just putting things together, just being around so many guys that just love football. That's exciting. It's exciting just to be around them and just to enjoy the game. They all want to be here. They all want to hit. They all love it. There's just something about UP players. They're a different breed of athlete. They work hard. They give it everything they got. No complaining, and it's been great. I enjoy it. I think it's a privilege to be here, and even more of a privilege just to be involved with these quality young men. That's a testament to them and also a testament to their parents as well. Next, we have Joe Noah from Menominee.
Ditto and all the thanks. And as an English major, a soliloquy is when an actor conveys his private thoughts aloud to the audience on stage when they're alone. All right. If you're over 40 and you're a guy and you play football, you understood when you had rivals, you didn't like them. You just didn't like them. Like Marinette Menominee, I'm a Menominee guy, Kingsford and Iron Mountain, North Dickinson, and Crystal. You just didn't like each other. You didn't talk to each other. Today, with the advent of technology, they're texting, they're having fun, they really enjoy each other, and I think that's a good thing. So in terms of the transition, I know Todd did a nice thing of having kids from different teams transition. I didn't think it would have been tough 25, 30 years ago to do that, I think. Today, the kids are very diverse. They have multiple talents other than football, as you're going to find out here. And it's been very enjoyable to get to know them. And also, as the creme de la creme of your teams, guys always know what it's like to be the guy. And Coach Kangas made a good point today at practice, and I hope everybody was listening, about how are you in a supportive role? Have you been supportive this week to these other guys? Because it's easy when everybody's kind of kissing your feet and, putting you on that pedestal, but can you be supportive? And I think on our, I can't speak for the West, but on the East side, it's been pretty good. There's no, I'm better than you. It's been very good, and I really, really appreciate that. So, be supportive to your teammates, and that's what makes a good team. And hopefully we can have some good production tomorrow on the game. Okay, we got Mr. Hadel from Gladstone next.
I'd like to introduce my roommate, Garrett Mortensen. He is a quarterback for us from St. Ignace. Really got to know him pretty well because I play center, so he's right behind me all the time. But just watching him in practice, he has a real love for the game. Just see him run all over the place. He's going to be continuing that when he goes to Northern for sports science. One fun fact about him, whenever he's bored, he likes to play pranks on people. This afternoon, got him and about 20 other guys, including me, went around from dorm to dorm finding people who are fast asleep, sneak into their room, and just yell at the top of our voices, try to see how startled we can get them. That's all.
My roommate was Jake Hadel from Gladstone High School. He's center. Got to know him pretty well this week. He's going to Michigan Tech to study engineering and play football.
Hello, my roommate is Brad Ives from Bark River Harris. And I found out one fact about him, he has never done laundry. And I thought it'd be kind of weird him going to a camp, but good thing his dad came with him. He plays the end, and he's a great guy. I had a lot of fun in my dorm with him, talking to him, and it was just a great week.
My roommate was Cam Anderson. He's from the Sioux, and he's running back. And he's going to LSSU, and he's going to live with his parents still. And he's going to get a degree in fire science. And he's a really good personality. Great time meeting him.
My roommate was Bryce Derwine. He's from Bark River Harris. He'll be playing safety tomorrow. He also played quarterback for Bark River. He also participated in basketball and track, and he plans on going to Grand Valley for journalism.
My roommate was Steve Ludlam from Nagani. He plays center, and he also plays baseball and tennis, and he's going to Northern Michigan for computer information system.
My roommate is Devin Adams from Bark River Harris. He plays nose guard on our defensive line, very big asset in the middle. And he also plays basketball, baseball, and golf. And he plans to go to Bay Community College for a year and then to Grand Valley State University, where he will try to get a criminal justice degree. My roommate is Stephen Pinter. He's from Newberry. He played fullback and linebacker. He played basketball, baseball, football, and track. He has a younger brother. He says he taught him everything he knows. He's going to be here next year. And he does not like to go to bed. If you are sleeping, he will come and wake you up. And then he'll go to bed.
My roommate was Justin Farley from Westwood. I'd say he was a good roommate, but about 90% of the time he wasn't ever in the room. So I was just kind of a loner for most of the week, but when he was in there, he was a pretty cool guy. He can always put a smile on someone's face. He plays linebacker for us, and he was a goalie for a hockey team, and he did golf and track, and he's going to Northern for criminal justice, so.
My roommate was Lucas Kleiman from Bark River. He's our punter and wide receiver. High school, he high jumped and played basketball also other than football. And he's from a family of 6, and he's going to Central for accounting in the fall.
My roommate was Brandon Colvin. He's an offensive tackle, played for Menominee, and he's just a great guy. I've got to know him pretty good over this weekend. He's in the Army, and he's specialized in radar, and I'm just happy I got to know him.
My roommate is Brad Knoll from Ishpeming. In high school, he was a fullback and linebacker. This week, he's just playing linebacker for us. And he's going to Northern Michigan University to do industrial maintenance. And he's a really good guy. I'm glad I got to meet him.
One of my roommates is named Brandon Garlinghouse, the big guy right here. Plays defensive tackle, number 64, and plans to go to LSSU for criminal justice. So he's a good guy.
One of my roommates is Eric Lasecki behind me. He played for Gladstone, number 50. He was a defensive end and defensive tackle. He was invited to the game to play defensive tackle, but unfortunately he tore his meniscus. And after it heals, he plans on joining the Marines.
The other guy up here is Brad Robinson. He's from Unisig. He's playing fullback for our team, and he likes to hunt and fish and likes to fall asleep on the couch in the lobby and snore a lot.
My roommate is Gavin Puckett from Newberry, plays defensive tackle. Plans on going to Ferris State University to be an engineer. And I learned that he doesn't like to wear clothes ever.
My roommate's Dustin Getzlaff from Bark River Harris. He plays tight end for us. Over the years, he's played basketball, football, and golf. He plans on attending Bay Community College and some field of engineering. He's undecided. I just want to say that one of the coaches said something about our rivals, and I still refuse to put a Sioux Blue Devil sticker on my helmet.
My roommate was Ryan Ball from Westwood. He plays DN. Plans on going to Northern Michigan to study criminal justice, and he's a Vikings fan.
My roommate is Eric Hessling from Rudyard. He plays wide receiver for us, and he's attending Alma next year to play basketball, and he's studying pre-med.
My roommate was Anders Breuer, and I really wasn't there a whole lot because I live right down the road, so I didn't really sleep there. But when I was with him, he's a really nice guy, and glad I got to know him. He's going to, well, he's in a family of 4, and he plans to go to Hope to study criminal justice.
My roommate was Ivan Nemi from Westwood High School, where he played quarterback. We kind of knew each other from playing sports, and he has one younger brother named Alex, and he plans to attend Michigan Tech to be an engineer. And I would say the time that he was in the room, it was nice to hang out with him. He's a really nice, outgoing guy, and had fun.
My roommate was Zach McFarland from Cedarville. He played running back and linebacker for Cedarville. And Coach was right when he said that Zach can talk and talk and talk during practice and in the dorm room.
But next year, Zach's going to be going to Northern for criminal justice and to play football.
I do like to talk, but not in front of this many people. My roommate's Colin Jensen. He's going to the University of Michigan for pre-med, and he's our running back, thank God. And I don't know, that's all I got to say.
My roommate was Tyler England, and he graduated from Escanaba, and he played football, basketball, and tennis, and he plans to go to Marinette for college and for business, to study business, and he's going to be playing basketball.
My roommate's Damien Sarvello from Ishpeming. He played basketball and football, and for us he's playing tight end and D end.
My roommate's Kyle Edwards from Manistee. He played football, wrestled, and ran track. He's playing linebacker for us, and he's going to Michigan Tech for, Northern Michigan for criminal justice.
My roommate was Jordan Adadaron. He's playing offensive tackle. He plans to go to Northern Michigan to play offensive tackle too, and he's from Gwynn.
Alright, my roommate was Ben Ekla from Pickford. He plans to go to LSSU to study criminal justice. And if anyone wants to know, he works up at the Save-A-Lot up there. He just loves his job. Just loves it.
Thanks, Doug. My roommate's Philip Hood from Engadine. He plays defensive back. He also played basketball and track in high school. He's faster than Grease Lightning. He holds the UP's record for the 400. And it's just been a great time this week getting to know him.
My roommate is Dylan Rye from Pickford, running back. He's actually a 6-sport athlete. He plays football, cross country, basketball, track, baseball, and golf. So you hear about a lot of 3 or 4 sport athletes, but I never heard of a 6-sport athlete. So he plans to go to Lake State for business, and so that's Dylan Rye.
My roommate's Aaron Screamish, aka Gatto, aka the Christmas Ham. He comes from a family of 6, and he's the youngest boy, and his oldest brother is not 27. Long story.
To tell you the truth, at times I didn't know who my roommate was. I go in there to be 6'8" guys, but Ben Harder from Red Yard. He's offensive line, and he's going to Hope College to play baseball and study psychology.
My roommate this week was Tyler Anderson from Detour. He plays corner for us, and next year he will be going to Kirkwood College, Community College in Iowa.
My roommate was Ben Gable from Rudyard. He plays defensive end, and he plans on attending Ferris State for welding. All he does is weightlift, and in the skills challenge, he ran the fastest 40 for the lineman and doing a 4.6, just way faster than me.
My roommate was Mike Klobuchar from Engadine. He's playing tight end for us, and he won the kicking competition yesterday. Surprise. He's going to be going to Michigan Tech for chemical engineering. Yep, that's it.
My
My roommate is Steve Saranko. He's from Gladstone. He's playing corner for us tomorrow. He plays football, basketball, baseball, and he runs track. His future, he's going to Central Michigan University to study physical therapy.
My roommate was Cody Dajna from Nagani. He is playing tailback for us tomorrow. He also plays basketball, baseball, and runs track. And he's going to Northern Michigan next year to study criminal justice.
My roommate is Tyler Nault. He played linebacker for us, and told me last year he made over 87 tackles and missed 4 of his games, so I think that's pretty good. He plans on going to Michigan Tech for engineering.
My roommate is Jared Harris from Rapid River, and he lives on a farm, and he also does track, and he will attend Fox Valley Tech for auto repair and collision, or auto collision and repair.
This is my roommate, Nathan Alexander. He's from Nagani. Past couple days I found out that his favorite sports are hockey, baseball, track, and tennis, and also football. Okay. And he's going to be going to Ferris State University, and he's gonna become a product design engineer. That's all I got.
My roommate was Jeremy Peterson from the Sault Ste. Marie. He played defensive end. The other sports he played in high school were wrestling and track. He rides a motorcycle. Next year he plans to attend Baker College in Owasso for automotive technician.
My roommate is Davin Salo from Rudyard. He's a great athlete. Watched him play football and basketball, and where he actually made all-state quarterback this year, and he'll be our QB tomorrow, and he plans on playing football at Alma.
My roommate is Brett Nault from Michigan, where he was a all-UP running back. He's going to be playing running back tomorrow. The first morning I wasn't too stoked because his alarm went off 45 minutes before mine did. But by the end of the week, he's tiptoeing into the room when I'm sleeping, so I thank him for that. He is coming here to Northern Michigan to study industrial maintenance. So had a good time meeting him this week.
And those are your East UP Football All-Stars. It's my pleasure to announce Mike Maslowski as our guest speaker tonight. Mike Maslowski, or Maz, as many people know him, is one of those great small-town success stories. Hearing where he came from, what he has overcome, and how he earned his breaks renews the human spirit and makes you feel like you can do anything. Mike grew up in Thorpe, Wisconsin, where he went to high school with an enrollment of 200 kids and his class of only 45 students. Mike played quarterback and linebacker on the football team at Thorpe High, point guard in basketball, and pitcher for the baseball team. Although he excelled in all sports, football was his passion. He earned all-state honors as a senior, where he accumulated 128 tackles that year and 13 interceptions for the season. The success he achieved in high school carried him to UW La Crosse, which is one of the most successful programs in college football history. UWL is the only college program to win national championships in both the NAIA and NCAA, earning an NAIA title in '85, NCAA D3 in '92 and '95, along with a handful of runner-up appearances. Legendary coach Roger Herring had amassed more victories than any other coach in D3 history, and his smash-mouth style of defense first made UWL a perfect match for Maz. Just when he was getting started, it appeared his career might be over when he broke his wrist as a freshman. An injury at the college level is devastating because getting the most number of reps in practice is the biggest factor in developing as a player. Having to sit out the remainder of the season turned out to be the best blessing for Maz, as he spent the season assisting Roland Christensen, UWL's defensive mastermind and coordinator. Coach Chris had been developing leading defenses and standout linebackers for decades, and Maz made the most of his bench time by learning the intricacies of reading offenses and studying tendencies. Maz became a great student of the game, which was the last piece needed for him to be a truly complete football player. His new cerebral understanding of the game, coupled with his athletic ability, determination, and unparalleled instincts on the field, made him even more dangerous than before. Maz went on to lead UWL to the 1995 D3 National Championship, earned first-team All-America honors, and MVP of the entire conference as a defensive linebacker. He finished the season with 108 tackles and led a defense that did not allow a single point in the third quarter of any game the entire season. In the 5 games of the national playoffs, the UWL defense only gave up 2 touchdowns. In the championship game, the only point scored is when we fumbled on our own 1-yard line, and it took him 4 downs just to get it in after that. Maz and UWL finished the next season with the nation's longest winning streak in any division and 1 game short of going back to the national championship game for the 2nd year in a row. In '97, Maz signed as a rookie free agent with the San Diego Chargers, but was cut by the team prior to the start of the regular season. The next year, he played in Arena Football League for the San Jose SaberCats. Maz then signed a contract with the Kansas City Chiefs, and they sent him to NFL Europe to develop, where he played 1 season for the Barcelona Dragons. In that 1 year, he broke the single-season record for the league in tackles with 105. Maz is the only player in the history of NFL Europe to record a 100-tackle season. As a member of the Dragons, Maz was twice named the NFL Europe Defensive Player of the Week, was the League Defensive Player of the Year, and helped his team to play in World Bowl VII against the Frankfurt Galaxy. Maz joined the Chiefs after the conclusion of the '99 NFL Europe season and played a significant role on the Chiefs' special teams, earning the prestigious Mackley Hill Award, which is awarded to the most outstanding first-year player on the team. Just when it seemed he was poised to become a star in the NFL, his 2001 season was cut short by a major knee injury. Never giving up, Maz timelessly rehabbed and earned back a starting spot at linebacker the next season. In 2002, Maz recorded 162 tackles, 109 of which were solo tackles, and broke the Kansas City Chiefs single-season record, which had stood since 1979. Maz's single-season tackle record for the Chiefs still stands today. He also regularly led the Chiefs in special teams tackles throughout his career, even when he was a starter. He played every linebacking position on the field and was named to Dr. Z's Sports Illustrated All-Pro team, the USA Today All-Joe team, which recognizes the league's top blue-collar players. He earned AFC Defensive Player of the Week honors, was the Chiefs special teams captain, and regularly recorded double-digit game tackles. Despite his obvious success, Maz's knee continued to give him problems, and he underwent a tibial osteotomy, which only one player in all professional sports had ever returned from, and that was Steve Yzerman of the Detroit Red Wings. After a couple more seasons with the Chiefs, Maz decided to retire in 2005, but continues to live in Kansas City area along with his wife and kids. Maz remains active in the Kansas City community and performs many charitable functions, including working with Maz's Mentors Foundation, which he started as a player and helps mentally challenged students and adults prepare for employment. He's an exemplary human being, and the rocky path that he overcame to achieve his NFL dream can teach us all that hard work, determination, and a positive outlook on life is still the best way to achieve your goals. Please join me in welcoming my friend, my former college teammate, Mike Maslowski.
That's really embarrassing. Well, unfortunately, I don't have anything else to say. So everything I was going to cover, right? I must have read it and then subconsciously put my notes out of what my speech was going to be. So thanks for hanging out, but that's it. Guys, congratulations. It's a great accomplishment. You should take a lot of pride in what you accomplished here today, and it says a lot about yourselves moving forward in your future. Parents, I know a big thing for me was to have my parents there and support me through the whole process and my whole career, and I know it means a lot to these guys, so congratulations to all of you. So with that little tidbit, then I have to apologize, because as you heard, I'm from Thorpe, Wisconsin. And I'm sure many of you would consider me a Southerner just being from Thorpe, Wisconsin. But now all of a sudden I have this Southern accent that I've picked up. I picked it up from being in Kansas City for 10 years, and never in my life as a kid would I figure I'd be talking, saying y'all and all this stuff as a Southern guy. Never thought people in Kansas City were from the South. And here I am living in Kansas City with a Southern accent, and I don't know where it came from, but every time I go back and see family, they give me a hard time about it. So please bear with the accent. I hope if there's any issues, let me know, stop me, and I'll go back and translate my Southern dialect. So as I was, considering what to talk about, talking to different groups, you always want to try and make certain points and make a point that's really going to have some impact. And so I was going through things, and I can talk about opportunities and how to make the most of your opportunities and compare with all the things that I was able to come into, and things went good and bad and all those things. There's decisions that you make, making good decisions in school and after school with drugs and alcohol and good grades and all those things. And I'm like, well, these guys are all graduated, some are going on to college, some may not be, so I really want to go there, probably not. So I can talk about memories, teammates that I had and plays from high school and college and everything that still are really, strong memories that are, right there every time you start thinking about football. And I'm like, that would be good, but let's not go there. So then I thought, well, they're in the UP, maybe they're Packer fans. We could talk about playing against the Packers in Lambeau Field and against Favre and, Mon Green and all that, but they wouldn't care about that. Talking about playing against the Vikings, and they wouldn't care about that either. So what I figured I would talk about today was narrow it down, was about all the challenges that I came across. And what I'm most proud about of where I stand today are all the challenges that I had in front of me and how I overcame them. Because through my life, nothing's been easy. I've always been challenged. I've always had to go the hard route. But what to me it says is I was willing to do it. I was willing to try. I was willing to commit. And if I failed, oh well. But at least I tried. And that's the point that I'm going to try and make, and hopefully I do today, is you got to try. Because there's guarantees that your parents definitely know about, and someday you will, death and taxes. Well, the other guarantee that I believe should be on the list is if you don't try, it'll never happen. You'll never succeed if you don't try to, okay? You've got to take that step and be committed to at least trying. You may fail, but failures are good because you can learn from it and you can move forward. So I'm going to jump to 2002, and I'm in the midst of my career in the NFL. A lot of things happened to get to that point, but in 2002, that was really my year. And as Todd said, I set a record for tackles that year, but it was a challenge. I was not given the starting position. I had to earn it. And through training camp, it was the hottest, most difficult, most reps I've ever taken in my life in one training camp. It was the same year that Corey Stringer, the Minnesota Vikings, died from heat exhaustion. It was scorching hot in River Falls, Wisconsin. Every day after practice, I come off the field, feet drenched, soaking wet, shoes like I just walked through the creek. I mean, drenched every single day after practice. But I was going to do everything I could because I wanted to play in the NFL. I wanted to be the starter. My dream had always been to play in the NFL, and here I am in the middle of it. My career in the NFL started in '99. I'm 3 or 4 years into it, and things are going great. Everything that I wanted to achieve, it's happening. So get into the season, I become the starter, and I have a great year. As a team, we finished 8-8, so it wasn't that successful as a team, but I really put a stamp on my ability for the coaches and teammates to see that I was a legitimate player that could play at this level and produce. So I have a good season going into 2003. So going into 2003, our team is set. We're predicted to be one of the best teams in the league, possibly going in the Super Bowl. On offense, quarterbacks Trent Green, our tight ends Tony Gonzalez, Eddie Kennison and Johnny Morton are wideouts, Priest Holmes and Tony Richardson are running back, Willie Rofe, Will Shields, Casey Wigman. These are all our offensive guys. We just signed Sean Barber. He was going to be our weak side linebacker. They were going to move me into the middle linebacker position. And in the draft, we drafted the first 2 rounds, Larry Johnson and my backup, Koika Mitchell. So we go through training camp 2003, high hopes, big expectations, and we're excited. So as the season goes, our training camp starts going, everything's going good. We're in the first preseason game of the year, the Hall of Fame game. We play against the Green Bay Packers in Canton, Ohio. So we go down there, and the first series on defense, I go in, play, everything's great. Second series, go in, have another good series. Third series, I'm ready to go back in. The starters go in, and my coach comes up to me and says, hold on, stay here. I'm like, why am I staying here? They sent the rookie in. They sent Koika in. So he goes in with the starting group. Quick sign for anyone that knows anything about football, your days are numbered already. So coming off what I did, that didn't matter anymore. That was proof that what you're doing now is what's got to be done, what's most important. If you're not producing now, you're not going to continue. And so it was a good sign for me that I wasn't apparently doing enough. I needed to do more. Now, ended up going through training camp, and it was just a one-time deal. But that's the type of thing that throughout my career, there was always something to either spark me along or set me back. But I was always up for the challenge and always willing to give a little bit more or reevaluate to see where I needed to go. So we get into the season, and we're humming along. 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, just mowing them down left and right. We get to 8-0, and we go 9-0. So I think there was one other team in the league that was undefeated with us. And we're set up, we're ready, a couple more wins, and we're going to be in the playoffs. So we go out to Cincinnati. That week getting ready for him, a guy by the name of Chad Johnson, now you guys know him as Chad Ochocinco, he makes a bold prediction. They're going to break our streak, they're going to guarantee to win. And so we go out there, tough game in the mud, and we're battling back and forth. A late punt return, they return a punt for a touchdown, ended up sealing the win, and they win the game. So we're sitting at 9-1. All right, it's one loss, no big deal. Takes that pressure off the streak, now we can get on to thinking about the playoffs. That Wednesday, we start practice. Practice starts going along, and all of a sudden in warm-ups, something just doesn't feel right. Something in my knee hurts, and it's starting to ache, and so I continue through practice, and as it goes further and further, I can't run as well. It's getting stiff, it's getting more and more painful, but I'm continuing on. I'm going to finish practice. And by the end of practice, it was pretty well shot, but I made it through. So go in, have an MRI done. Sure enough, I tore my MCL off the bone. So I knew at that point we had 5 weeks left of the season, possibly a bye, so I'm looking at 5 to 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks that I needed to be healthy in order to play in the playoffs. But that didn't really matter to me because I wanted to play next week. I never wanted to let my teammates down. I never wanted to be not in there playing, not in there competing. Because what I dreamed of doing was not standing on the sideline in an NFL football game. I dreamed of playing in the NFL, playing on that football field every time we took the field. And so week after week, I ran, I tried, I did everything I could, irregardless of what condition my knee was in, to try and play. Ends up, doesn't happen. And we end up playing Indianapolis in the second round of the playoffs and lose. Season's over, and looking back now, so is my career. So just like that, one situation in a warm-up drill and my career ends at the pinnacle of my career. But what I realized through that all was that's the way my whole career went. When I was in high school, Todd talked about me break my wrist. Never did I, unless I absolutely couldn't, was I ever coming out. And for all you guys, I'm not trying to promote that, and trainers, please plug your ears because it's only going to get more. And moms with kids, guys going on to college, please, if you don't take this to heart, but this is a way that I needed to do it. This is what I had in me that I needed to compete. I needed to be on the field, whatever it took. And I was willing to do that to make it happen. And That's what I'm trying to express to you is if you're truly committed to something and you truly believe in something, you may have to do things that aren't maybe the best for you, but you've got to overcome things. You've got to overcome challenges. In high school, I break my wrist the second game of the high school season. Didn't realize I did it until the 5th game of basketball when my wrist was bothering me from catching balls and shooting. Had it x-rayed, needed surgery. Then missed my first year of college, but then continued on and had a good career in college. But in college, there were 2 situations. I broke my toe. Didn't realize it, but wasn't going to tell a trainer because I knew what would happen. 3 to 6 weeks or longer, I'd be out. So I taped it up and figured out a way to play. Then I broke my leg. I fractured my leg, so it wasn't dangling there. But fractured my leg, put a neoprene sleeve on it. I needed to play. I needed to compete. I could not let my teammates down. That just trend continued. And it wasn't something I even considered. It wasn't, you know, should I really be doing this? It was just, I could not play. Went on a different challenge. I get signed by the San Diego Chargers. And go out there, everything's happy. Boy, I'm so excited. You know, I signed as a free agent. Myself and a teammate, we're ecstatic. I mean, to come out of Division III Wisconsin lacrosse and sign an NFL contract, what a great accomplishment. Get out there, going through the summer programs. By the end of the summer, I was cut. And everyone that I knew, everyone, family, friends, people, all pat me on the back, all telling me how proud they were of me, how proud I should be of myself, but it killed me. And it absolutely disgusted me because that wasn't my dream. My dream was not to make it in the NFL. It was to play in the NFL. It was to be the best linebacker there ever was, to get in the Hall of Fame, to hold all the records. That was my dream. Watching Lawrence Taylor and Mike Singletary and Walter Payton, those were the guys I wanted to be. I didn't want to just make it there. And fortunately enough, I got another opportunity. It took a different path. It was a bigger challenge, but I was willing to commit to it and do it. Went and played arena football for a year out in San Jose for the San Jose SaberCats. Played out there. Midway through the year, I catch a ball in the flat, get drilled in the thigh. Huge thigh bruise. I mean, it's swollen up so bad I can't bend it. It's hard as a rock. And for anyone that has one, I think we're all in a group together because they start to break the scar tissue up midweek, come Wednesday, and they break it up with their elbows, the trainers that is, grinding on your leg, trying to get all the swelling to get out so that you can bend your leg again. One of the more painful things I'd ever been through, but I played on Saturday because I wasn't going to let my teammates down. Go on, end up separating my shoulders, or my right shoulder. Not a big deal, played through that. Then probably one of the injuries I'm most proud of in figuring out a way to be able to play is before we had the last game in the arena and then one more game coming up. And I got up out of bed and I was sitting up to get up and I could absolutely not sit up. I couldn't do a sit-up to save my life. Roll out of bed, get to the training room, they look at me and evaluate me to have 2 sports-induced hernias. So not being able to sit up doesn't help for you to try and lift your legs to run or do any type of movement. So I got to figure out, we've got to win this next game and then we've got to get in the playoffs. And then, you know, playoffs obviously went from there. So I tape it up. I put neoprene shorts on and tape it. Nothing's working. Absolutely. It's not getting any better. So light bulb goes off in my head. I take a couch cushion with my neoprene shorts and I pack the cushion in here. I take tape as tight as I possibly can and tape it so I can't bend or do much, but I can run. And that's what I needed to be able to do. So sure enough, it worked. Was able to play. Ended up playing that week. Played in the playoffs. We lost the first round of playoffs, but I was able to play. So then go on to NFL Europe. I get a shot then, and NFL Europe have a very successful career. But the challenge from that was in 8 months I played 33 what's it, 33 NFL football games, with the NFL Europe games and then preseason and the NFL games with the Chiefs. Then in 2002, I break my thumb in the beginning part of practice, have the trainers tape it up and finish practice, and then end up needing surgery to pin it back, to put it back in place. So I was committed to it. I was committed to my dream. And as I was driving up here, I thought to myself, you know, when do dreams happen? Well, usually when you're sleeping. Dreams happen overnight. But what's most important is what do you do when you're awake? What are you going to do to achieve those dreams? I'm sure every one of us in here, if not still to this day have a dream, have had one or two or many. And a dream is something that's way out there. It's a long shot. But it's the one thing, to me, that you absolutely want. You would do anything for. And playing in the NFL was that for me. And unfortunately, it got cut short. Unfortunately, I didn't get to continue. The one regret I have in life right now is my career was short. I wanted it longer. Had I gotten a chance to play longer, I had an extensive surgery to try and come back and play. Didn't work. Didn't happen. But I'm very proud of everything that I did through my career. And I know a lot of guys in the NFL that can't say the same. There's a lot of guys out there that were very talented and never worked at it. They were very gifted and they never worked at it. I can at least feel comfortable knowing that I'm proud of everything that I tried to do to achieve my dream, to achieve my goals. And hopefully you guys all do the same. Now, not all of us achieve our dreams, but I'm proof that dreams are possible and you can fulfill those. But again, if you're not willing to try, if you're not willing to fail, it'll never happen. So good luck. I wish you the best tomorrow and in life. For you guys going on college, work hard at it. It's a struggle, it's a battle. It's not going to come easy, but you need to continue to strive at it. Whether you go on to college or whether you go get a job, life is a challenge. And I've been thrown so many challenges that you can't even expect in a 6-month period. But you know what? Everything that I've done to this point in life will not let me quit. And that's what really you start to figure out as you get older, that all these decisions, all these challenges that you fought through, you battled through, doing something you love, now give you a real good chance of succeeding in life. And fortunately, that's where I'm at right now. I wish you all the best. Thanks for your time, and good luck tomorrow.
Wow, that's a great message. You know, one of the things that we try to do, you know, through this whole entire All-Star Game process, and everything ties right into, you know, what Maz talked about, and what he didn't talk about is all the humanitarian things that he's done throughout his life and throughout his career, and what he's continued to do. You know, you parents out there have really instilled that in these young men here, and we try to continue with that throughout this whole process. They're very gifted, they've worked hard, they've achieved a lot, but guys, if you could take one thing away from this other than, you know, the friendships and things like that, is no matter what you're doing, you know, take what you're doing, what you love, and give back. No matter what you go into, whether it be athletics or anything else, take what you have and give back. What you guys did, parents, if you could have seen last night how great these guys were with the youth kids, it was amazing. You know, we had kids asking if they were going to spend the night in the dome last night. They were so excited. These guys just did a great job. Help these guys out. What they did for these little kids, you know, hopefully someday, you know, 10 years from now, they'll be sitting here as all-stars, and I've got no doubt. So whatever you guys go and do, whether it's college or beyond, you know, take what you have and give back, no matter what that is. You use what you have and give back to your communities and your other people. One thing that I did not mention before when we were recognizing some players, Tyler and Matt Velmer, is a player here that is a very quiet, very unsung, and had originally mentioned, that he didn't want to be recognized, but I can't do that. Ben Gable from Rudyard just did an excellent job with his fundraising and went beyond everyone. He raised so much money, and he right away said, when I was getting ring sizes and different things like that, he just flat out told me, he goes, I don't want any of those things. He said, I want all the extra money, whatever you have left, I want to donate it, I want to pick a charity, and I want to donate it to a food pantry, and so we're going to do that. So again, I'm sorry you didn't want to be recognized, but I can't not. So Ben, you did a great job. That's a great thing. Last thing that I want to mention are the game programs. This is pretty much the heart and soul of the All-Star Game, are the programs. All the different businesses and people in your lives and family members and friends and that, they sponsor you. They give money, they take ads out in those programs, and that's pretty much it. That's what they do, with really not much in return other than a little space in that program. So if you guys could all do us all a huge favor, tomorrow at the game is, tell friends, tell family, tell the people that you're sitting by to buy a program. All the players' profiles are in there. There's a lot of information in there. That's the one thing that we can give back to those businesses in your communities, is getting those programs in people's hands so they can look through it and say, wow, look at this business in our community that sponsored 3 kids or sponsored 2 kids. So we'd love to sell out of them. That would be great, and we can meet our donation goals and things. So I just ask one thing from you guys tomorrow is, let's help sell some of those programs, get them out there so that we can show those businesses for the kids next year that it was worthwhile for them. So thanks everybody. That concludes the program for tonight. Feel free to stay around and talk. We'll be here as long as everybody wants. Thank you.